So do you think we're going to see more reform when more Tories defect to reform?
Yes.
Who are you thinking? Rees-Mogg?
Oh, yeah. I don't think Rees-Mogg would defect you.
I don't think he'll
he's
defect.
Tory through and through. He's like,
he bleeds.
like a stick of rock.
He bleeds blue.
Tory, yeah.
What about Braverman?
No, definitely not.
Where should they go?
Well, there's been talk about the sort of Dubai, isn't there? The Middle East, he'd be welcomed over there.
Yeah,
I think they'd probably quite like.
There'd be socialites in Dubai.
Yeah.
They'd do all right over there. I just think that fabric of society is being worn away. And as we know, Christianity is dying in this country. Other religions are growing much faster than ours is. I think it's important for the cohesion of the country that we say, this is the religion of the country, these are the values, this is the history of our country and where our laws come from. We need to impose that. Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of the Daily Expresso. I'm JJ and this is Daily Express Associate Editor Frances Millar. Frances, it feels weird calling you Frances. I call you Fran. The gaffer, Sam Lister, she'd never heard of Fran before and she was like, oh, who's Fran? You know, she talks all northern-like. So what do I call you? Frankie? Frank?
I go by all of those names, so yeah. If it begins with F-R-A-N,
anything
whatever.
Else?
Yeah.
James Franco? I can call you James Franco.
If you want. Although, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a wrong un. He's a wrong un. No.
Maybe not.
We'll stick with Frank.
Okay.
Frank.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, welcome to the show. Making your
you.
debut on the Daily Expresso. Home from home.
Yeah, no, it's nice to get away from my desk because normally I'm stuck there for 10 plus hours a day-ish.
Wow. Gosh.
And just staring at newswires. So, this is very nice.
This is honestly my favourite part of the week, hearing your take on the hottest news stories. So let's kick off with a part of the show I call Expresso Yourself. It's a new part of the show.
Oh, right.
Franco.
Oh, just for me?
Just for you. Expresso Yourself. Do you get it? Because we're hearing the viewers express themselves about the show.
All right, let's do it.
Ugh, more enthusiasm, please. So
let's do it! Come on, guys!
Wonderful.
Sorry.
No, it's wonderful. Wonderful. Now, this first comment, I think the gaffer, Deped Sam Lister, is going to really love this one. This is Winters Lee, and they said, I'm really impressed with the Daily Express, to be sure. Great reporting and factual interviews and honest accounts. I've never read the Daily Express, but will from now on.
He's never read it.
Never read it, but he will from now on. That's my newspaper online and in print from now on. That's a wonderful comment.
Thank you very much. What was his name?
Winters Lee. Winters Lee. Thank you, Winter. Gareth says, Anisiobi, the only journalist from a mainstream media newspaper you can trust and listen to. Respect, sir.
Are you just reading the ones that are really...
Hey, I don't pick them.
Is that not a bit suspicious?
I don't pick them. And Kirsten Frenes Deras from Honduras.
We've got readers in Honduras.
Well, Honduras, but lives in London with her
Okay,
British husband and kids. I love the banter between JJ and Carol.
Carol
Malone? Yeah, I think it's on this week's episode. I did call Carol a witch on Wednesday's episode. People seem to like it. They like seeing me abusing someone else.
Women. Go on then, JJ. Give me worse. I've got a very, very thick skin, so...
Good. Well, let's get stuck into the main talking points that you've been discussing in the comments. On Tuesday, we had the pleasure of having the always glamorous former Tory MP, Penny Mordaunt, on the show, where we discussed her new book, Pomp and Circumstance, Why Britain's Traditions Matter. If you didn't catch it for the first time, I recommend giving it a spin, as it was truly a fascinating interview. I tried to keep it focused on a new book, but you guys took the conversation into several different areas. I did say to Penny, does it feel wrong that sometimes her looks and can overshadow her competence? I think she's a great MP, but she was voted sexiest MP of the year.
Really?
Yeah, she was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She did Splash, the short-lived TV series.
I remember that.
Lots of pictures of her in a swimming costume, then holding the sword.
She looked
at the coronation.
I think that's where it comes down to, really, isn't it? She looked extraordinary at the coronation, but not only that, like an absolute powerhouse.
Yeah.
Holding that sword for over an hour.
Yeah.
The amazing headband, the outfit. I mean, yeah, I think I wouldn't mind being known for something like that, and I'd be all right with somebody saying, you look great. Okay. Absolutely. No problems.
Simon
Doesn't
Keat.
happen, though.
It'll happen this week. Trust me. Look at the comments afterwards on this video.
Oh, you were so positive. I love it.
Simon Keat said, I like Penny. I think the Tories would have fared better if they'd chosen her as leader, but justifiably, the Conservatives are finished. I would love to see her join Reform. Well, that took a turn.
Okay.
Wow. All right, Simon. Huh.
Yeah, that sort of went right.
Yeah, I really love Penny. She's great, but they're right. Tories are dead.
Would she have made a good leader though? Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Would she have been better than
Kemi?
I don't think so.
Neither do I.
I think Kemi.
As much as I'm a big fan of Mordaunt.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure she would have.
Yeah, I don't think so. But Penny is throwing her power and experience behind Kemi. She's going to help her try and win the next general election. She's a big fan.
Right.
So that's good.
She lost her seat though, didn't she?
Yes, but she's still a powerhouse of a name.
So she's working her way back. Because
Yeah, she also said she wants to return to politics. She doesn't want to return to politics eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd like to see her back.
Well, Domo Doria said, I've never heard this woman speak before, but this is the kind of patriotic woman we need. And as for Labour, they're pathetic.
Oh, you just reminded me. Remember when she made that? To be fair, it was quite a bizarre speech about fighting. Anyone else remember that? Any viewers? Do you remember? We're going to fight, and then we're going to fight again.
Yeah.
And we are going to fight. Anyway, if we could cut to a bit of that, and you can see I'm not making it up, but it was quite a strange speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was that, not conference just gone, but the one before that.
Well, we've got some comments here that aren't so favourable.
All right.
Paul Shane Smith says, fake Conservative, deservedly going down with the ship. Please don't try jumping to Reform. It's not a lifeboat for drowning Tories.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, that might have a point there. Don't know.
I think there's too many Tories already in Reform, personally.
Right, okay.
And the Reform are becoming Tory-LITE. I think Farage has got to be careful he doesn't just become another version of the Tories. We've already got a version of the Tories. They're called Labour.
Yeah. Well, very good. That's satirical, isn't he? No, yeah, I agree. But I don't think Farage wants it to become a lifeboat. Is that what you said? A lifeboat for Tories? Good phrase there.
Good phrase indeed.
Pretend it's mine. Yeah, I don't think Farage wants that at all. Anyway, does he? He wants to
does not
make it Reform its own thing. The Tories is a different thing, but I think the Tories are sort of tearing each other apart at the moment, or can't quite decide what it is they're going forward with. So yeah, maybe there will be some more people jumping ship.
A positive one for our Penny. This is from Only Lexus. They said, "Oh Penny, can I take out to a slap-up posh dinner, please?"
Oh.
See, and we had plenty more comments like that. We've really picked out some a smorgasbord of comments, but I would say 80% of the comments are about how attractive and how much men love Penny Mordaunt.
Oh, great, I'm sure she'd be delighted to hear that. But does she want to go? Is it a slap-up meal?
Slap-up meal,
Who
posh
like
dinner.
A slap-up meal?
A posh dinner. So do you think we're going to see more Reform, when more Tories defect to Reform?
Yes.
Who are you thinking?
I'm not putting my money on anyone.
Do you think Reform would take any of these people? Rees-Mogg?
Oh, yeah. I don't think Rees-Mogg would defect you.
I don't think he would defect.
He's Tory through and through. He's like,
he bleeds,
like a stick of rock.
He bleeds blue.
Tory.
Yeah, 100%. What about Braverman?
No, definitely not. Not after it went wrong with her husband.
Yeah. Priti Patel? No. Now, she has been pictured partying with Farage before.
Yes.
Dancing and that. Yeah.
That's true.
I really like Priti Patel. I think she's pretty competent. See what I did there?
I'm going to say no. I don't think so.
All right.
God.
Last one. Chris Philp.
No, Chris Philp. No. He's got a good spot at the moment. He's Shadow Home Secretary. He's not going to give that up.
Yeah. You know what I find with Chris Philp?
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
But I think he's forgettable.
I would completely disagree with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think he's so forgettable. I think if I saw him working in my local HSBC, I'd be like, oh, yeah, this is the bank manager.
Oh, God, the sauce coming off you, honestly.
I
didn't realise. This is my first expression. I didn't know it was like this. No, I don't think so. I think he's in a really good position. Why would you give up being shadow cabinet? It's the best job ever. I always think if I was ever to go into politics, don't worry, I'm not going into politics. But if I did, I would not want to be in power. I would want to be shadow cabinet, because you basically just get to heckle people and say, wouldn't have done it like that. That's rubbish. Shadow cabinet. Yeah, dream job.
This is the problem we have with today's young generation.
No responsibility.
They don't have any responsibility.
No responsibility. Yeah, that's what I want. But, yeah.
Okay.
Shadow cabinet.
Fine.
What would you do if you were in government? Al, come on.
What I'd do?
Yeah.
I'd be head of culture and media. I'd be in crime.
All right,
I'd be tough on crime, tough on the causes of crime, like my mentor, Sir Tony Blair.
Very nice. nice. I like that.
Yeah, but listen, we could talk all day about criminals. I think the serious criminal should be in jail for a long time. I believe in chemical castration for sex offenders.
I don't. Oh, that's interesting.
You're soft. You're soft.
No, because I think that it would. The reason why I think chemical castration doesn't work is because it doesn't actually treat the mental. Well, what's going on in the head.
Yeah.
And I think
it controls the physical.
Yes, but people can still hurt people. Oh, the tone's changed now,
changed.
Isn't it? You can still seriously hurt somebody, and you can still rape somebody.
You can, but in countries where they've trialled it, they have seen lower levels of recidivism among sex offenders. So I think if it makes 70% of them safer, I'm all for it.
Oh God, I don't know. I think it was extremely risky.
Okay, here's the option then. You either
right.
chemical castrate them or you lock them in jail forever. Which one do you want to go for?
Lock them in jail forever.
Oh, I'm happy with that too. I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
sweet.
Woo-hoo.
We agree.
What else can we sort out?
Let's move on. Now, we spent a lot of time this week on a story that has been running for years and years, but went to a new place this week. I'm not talking about the grooming gangs, which we have covered rigorously the last few days. Actually, I'm talking about Prince Andrew. After it emerged, the disgraced former royal has basically been paying zero rent on his private palace for years, despite his never-ending rap sheet. We had tons of comments on this story. Mouse47 said, ideally, Andrew and Fergie should quietly retire somewhere and lie low for a while, but that's not their style. In an ideal world, we would never hear about them again. He really should think about moving to Frogmore Cottage. It's within range of his family, but private enough to be out of the limelight. It might also enhance his public image. Mouse, I don't think anything that clown Andy does is going to enhance his public image. What do you think?
Yeah, get out of it. You know, Frogmore Cottage, still pretty nice.
Yeah.
Especially after, was it Harry and Meghan spent £1 million renovating?
Yep.
Just get out of it.
I
feel like
where should they go?
Well, there's been talk about the sort of Dubai, isn't there? Middle East, he'd be welcomed over there. I think they'd probably quite like.
There'd be socialites in Dubai.
Yeah.
They'd do all right over there. I don't think they should be getting any free housing.
No,
I don't think they should get in Frogmore Cottage either.
Absolutely not. No. If they're hanging around, they're still going to be causing trouble. We're still going to be seeing them. They're going to be out riding their horses, and it's never, ever, ever going to go away. I
think he's got his Navy pension or whatever. So we should do it for the Daily Express. We'll do a nice little YouTube about it. Put them in a terraced street in Liverpool, and he has to live off his pension.
Yeah,
and that's it. And we'll just film them every day.
It's a great reality TV show. In fact, maybe that's the next step for them.
Reality TV.
Reality TV.
He has a nephew who has a good relationship with Netflix, so he can probably sort something out for him.
You got some insider information there.
I mean, it's Prince Harry, mate. His nephew is Prince Harry.
I would watch that.
I would watch that. Yeah.
I would hate watch that.
Yeah. Yes. Same.
Definitely.
Ugh, I do not like Andrew at all. Lowy says, I am a royalist, but isn't it about time that Prince Andrew came out of his Peter Pan world, pays what he owes to the crown and country, and locks himself in a room as he's not fit to be a royal? Completely agree.
Locks
Frances?
Himself in a room?
Yeah.
That is, even I think that's quite harsh.
Well, who was the one in the tower? Rapunzel? She was locked in the room at the top of the tower.
The two princes, isn't that the ones that Richard III?
Yeah, the Man in the Iron Mask. What are you thinking about?
I think we're confusing fairy tales and history. I mean, basically, out of sight, out of mind. I think is where what was the reader called? Lowy, and I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Unless he's doing a reality TV show. Basically, there's two extremes here. Either we want him on camera, in our face, or we don't want to see him ever again.
I think I'd go for the Netflix TV show.
Yeah.
Or the Daily Express YouTube show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe we could.
The Prince and the Paupers. That's what I'd call it.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, get that.
Perfect.
Done.
Yeah. Trademarked. So we could also exile him to a foreign land that's still British territory. Let's put him in
Falklands. He's been there before, we know that. He knows his way around.
That's very good. And he'd be okay because he doesn't sweat either.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's quite cold there anyway. So
generally speaking. Okay, well, that's sorted then. Perfect. Yeah. Awesome.
Again, high five.
Oh, this is good. You know, Sam Lister never high fives me.
Wow, she's...
I know.
She's the boss.
Just saying. Right, as we have the wonderful Frankie on the show, who has a fantastic column in the Express. Plus, I'm also here and I do have a rather incredible column myself in the paper too. I thought it might be good to share some sneak previews of what I'm going to write about next week and what Frank has unleashed this week. This is what we're calling Columnist Corner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, I'll go first.
Okay.
On Monday, my
Yep.
column is going to be about churches. Churches.
Are you church going?
I'm church going.
Oh,
I'm a
that's
good
lovely.
Catholic boy. Good
Are
Catholic.
you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was brought up Catholic.
And
I didn't know
why
that.
Why did you leave us?
Because the misogyny, the kind of weirdness, original sin is just, I think, an abomination. And frankly, I just stopped believing. Ironically, after I made my confirmation,
That's when you
I
stopped
was
believing.
like, this is a load of nonsense. What am I doing? But I did my confirmation because we got to have a party. So
Okay. Yeah. Good reason as
so,
ever.
So shallow.
Jesus loved
anyway,
the party.
But
Jesus
I've
loved the party.
Tell me.
Look, we're losing our churches in this country. Less and less people are going to mass each week. I don't want to see more churches getting turned into flats or clubs or mosques. Churches are the backbone of this country. It's the Church of England. So even as a Catholic, I still think the Church of England should be flourishing. In the same way, I think we should have our Union flags and the England flag, St. George's, flown from our schools and our states buildings. We should be teaching Church of England religion in state schools as well. So you would disagree with me then? You think?
No, I don't think so. I think church is really important because I went every single week religiously, obviously.
Very good.
Every single week. And it was a really big part. I went to Catholic school, both primary and secondary.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to reimagine my childhood without religion, without the church.
Yeah.
But how do you unpick what is a sort of religious education and what is just a sort of good common sense education? I don't know. But I suppose it was something about the ritual of it. And it was something that we did as a family, which wasn't actually that often, that you sort of we all went en masse to mass. I don't know. I'm not against religion or churches. I do think they are really important, and they often pick up pieces where the government has, let slip. You often see in churches there's, all kinds of community events, for everyone, all types of people. So I think they're very important as well, and I think it is a worthy cause.
We open my local church. It's open every day. If you're homeless, you can go in there. You have a cup of coffee, a biscuit, and there's outreach through the church. And I just think that fabric of society is being worn away. And as we know, Christianity is dying in this country. Other religions are growing much faster than ours is. And I think it's important for the cohesion of the country that we say, this is the religion of the country. These are the values. This is the history of our country and where our laws come from. We need to impose that. When I lived in the Middle East for 4 or 5 years, I lived in the Middle East for 4 or 5 years. I lived in a predominantly Muslim country. I was allowed to do whatever I wanted to do, essentially, but Islam was the dominating religion, even though they were the minority over there. And I've got no issue with that. This country is a Christian country, and we should be encouraging people, bringing families together. Family units are breaking down in this country. We need to be pushing the family back together and having a goal where all the families come together. And this is how, I think that's how we're going to save the country, essentially. Yeah. So, will you come to church? Will you come back?
No. Sorry, I'm a heathen.
Well, I tried. We've lost one. We've lost another one. And this week in your column, to be frank.
Yeah, well, I got a bit angry in this week's column because normally I write about sort of, I don't know, it's sort of a light-hearted thing. Lots of silly things. Lots of cats. But it was after watching Riot Women. I don't know if you've watched the new Sally Wainwright's TV show.
No.
Okay. I loved it.
Well, what's it about?
It's about menopausal, punk rocking, middle-aged women, and all the terrible men, essentially. The female characters are really complex and richly drawn. They're fantastically acted by the cast. I think Rosalie Craig as I can't remember the character's name, but she's the one with the extraordinary voice, and she is just brilliant. The male characters are like panto villains, essentially.
Okay.
They are, like a bullying colleague, a really spineless boss. They're pretty hopeless. I think Sally Wainwright is being very clever because I think she's obviously an excellent writer. She's done that to make a point. That's normally it's female characters in, male-dominated shows that are just kind of used as props for the male characters.
Is it?
We're going to disagree on this.
100% we're going to disagree. All I see these days, and I've come close to cancelling my Prime subscription, my Netflix subscription, because all I see these days are men painted the way you're saying they are.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Men in the family, and it's, the dad, he can't cook any food. He doesn't know how to use the washing machine.
Hopeless men,
He's hopeless. He's a loser. That's all I see. The villain, it's a man. He's domineering. He's misogynistic because he says women aren't good at sports. Sorry, opinions are opinions.
Right.
And now we've got another example of that. Wonderful.
Well,
wonderful.
I had to say, I did think it was a criticism of it, and then I had my own encounter with a man on the tube, and I just thought,
what happened?
Sod them all.
What happened?
Right. Well, I was going home late after a dinner with friends. I'd got on the tube. I was on my own. I was wearing, and I know it shouldn't matter, but it just does, because I wear baggy clothes because I don't want to attract any attention. Big hoodie, jogging bottoms, really just head down, earphones in, near empty tube. There's a few lads down that end, one other guy down that end, and this lad came and sat right in front of me, and I was like, okay, that's a bit odd. I had my earphones in. He tried to get my attention. And any woman will have had this experience. You do that split second of, okay, what's going on here? And I flashed a look to the guy over there. He saw what was happening and he kind of nodded back, like, I see it, don't worry. And then this guy just proceeded to stare at me really intensely, like if he was literally leaning forward and staring at me like that.
Wow.
In this extremely aggressive way. But I've got lots of experience dealing with it. So after a few minutes of him continuing to do this, I just told him to.
Right.
But I meant it and he knew it. And that's the difference.
Wow.
And he was very embarrassed and he got off at the next stop. And it was after that I was just so furious and I completely understood where Sally Wainwright was coming from. Sometimes you are just angry and you just want to make a point. And I think that's where it came from. So
golly.
There was a whole sort of odyssey there, but I went from thinking, oh, come on, Sally, to going, yeah, too right, Sally.
Wow.
So anyway, there we go. That's what the column was about.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad it's a terrible story about on the train, horrible.
Oh, man, it's every day. And you know that. It's every day, all the time, everywhere, unfortunately. Am
I going to get lambasted in the comments if I say, but not all men? It's not all men.
No, I agree. It's not all men. It's not all men. But I think what is important for excellent, fantastic men to realise is that it's when there's a woman on her own and that they're targeted. So I know that it's a lot of men.
Yeah.
But you probably wouldn't notice that.
No, yeah,
but
absolutely. Crikey. Jeez.
Anyway, there we go.
Well,
no, it's not.
On that bombshell.
High five.
Frank, thanks for making your debut on this explosive episode of the Daily Expresso.
Thanks.
Wow. I'm sure we'll have you back again once HR have been in touch. That is it for this week. Please keep on asking those questions and make sure you are expressoing yourself. Thank you for watching. Join us again on Monday where we will get stuck into the headlines once again. Bye-bye.